forward to tonight's show again. And I was just laughing at that picture that Michael put in.
Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. What the hell, I hope it's just showing my face. We are live, I am on OBS. But on my screen it's showing another screen. It's really odd.
Another screen, I'm seeing you alright.
No, it's showing me when I... What the hell is it? And now, it's not showing me at all.
What's going on?
Guys, this is my screen capture. Only me, this is what it's supposed to show. Let me change it back. This is what it's showing. Okay, so I think we'll talk like this tonight. Anyway, hey everybody, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Sorry about the technical issues. I don't know why it's doing that. But it's good to see you all. Hey Gary Y. Benga, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. I'm going to have to do a presenting with me kind of thing. Let's do it this way. And then this one I'll put only me. There we go. So we'll do it like that so you can see me at least. Yeah, so thank you everybody for coming. Glad you came. How's it doing, PJ?
Yeah, not too bad, I'm alright. I can see like 4 views at the minute.
Yeah, I got screen capture on, that's why.
Oh, yeah,
because this in the corner here, you see it, that's what it's supposed to be showing, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So when I put change, this is what it's showing.
Yeah, it's showing another screen, isn't it?
What the hell is going on? Yeah. So how was your day, PJ?
Yeah, not bad. I've just been a lazy day. I've been playing the Xbox today, that's it.
Oh, nice.
I don't usually do much at the weekends. I was going to go fishing, but it was too cold this morning, so I didn't go.
Yeah, we're still dying of heat here.
Yeah, no doubt.
So guys, I do have a poll up. 24 votes. Globies can't handle the flatsoid. Ha ha ha. I'm glad you guys like it. Yes, the cannot, and I spelled it the cannot for a reason, because Globies, it's just making fun of them. So yes, the cannot. And no, they cannot. Doesn't matter what you choose, it still says they cannot handle flatsoid.
Exactly.
So we got PJ Cruikshank in. How you doing, Mr. Alan Norstrand? Michael Khan, good to see you, man. We got Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum. Oz, thank you for coming. YouTube. Dala Moxie. Who else did I see in there? Richard, trying not to be a dick. Good to see you, man. We got Gary Y. Benga in, Matthew Eastman, Mojo Shop, Parkway, thank you for coming, mate. It's all just good to see you all here tonight, so I hope you're going to enjoy. And Illis G just dropped in, good to see you. So, I got a video up from Hugh Jarz. He had a stream on me, I think it was like yesterday or the day before. And he had, I think it was yesterday. And he had Planarwalk on as his guest. I haven't really watched through it much, but going through, just scheming through, I saw they were talking about me though. So I thought, let's just, for the shit's sake, see what they have to say. I can guarantee you if Planarwalk is on, it's something not intelligent. So, yeah. So I thought, because I don't really have a topic tonight, let's maybe do that, and we can go through a bit and see what's going for what.
Why not?
Why not? And if later, if we see, okay, we've gone through quite a few things or whatever, we can maybe have some Globies come in and talk. Because last night, I don't know about you, but last night was
Wow, he started off. He seemed like a nice guy. He seemed kind of like on the level. He knows kind of what he's talking about, except everything was begging the question. So he knows his side of the things, but he's totally closed-minded, isn't he? And he was saying things like it was Ad Homs, wasn't he? At the end of the show, it was like, oh well, it's obvious from coming from flat earthers. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
I just couldn't believe
he's a nice guy, but I
think about them.
He's a nice guy, but I think he has to lie to himself, and that's why at the end he was just literally being a bigot and harming the whole time because he had nothing. I mean, he presents perspective, then claims it's not perspective. He says perspective, then say no perspective, or he says there's no perspective, then there is perspective. Hey Brian, good to see you. Estev, it's good to see you, mate. I see he's also got a stream coming up at 9 o'clock. I think it's tomorrow. Or is it tonight? I'm not sure, but it's good to see you, Brian. Glad you can make it. He has he's got a big guest on there tonight. I can't think of the name. I can see the guy's face in my. He's got glasses. Then he gets quite a lot of views a stream. I can't believe I can't think of his name now. But anyway, yeah, it's good to see getting all the things up, Ryan. Because I mean, since your main channel has just been taken down, you're gonna need to Litka. That's it. You got the Litka on. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. Please, if you haven't already, just hit that like button. Martin Litka, there we go. It's still Thursday, yeah. Definitely one thing I would love to watch, though. Unfortunately, it's at the same time I'm live. But Martin Litka's an awesome guy. I would love to get him on here sometime as well. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Greetings and salutations, this is Hugh Jarz, the biggest YouTuber ever! And on this live stream we'll be asking the big questions, such as, what is 35 times 1,000?
Yeah, I can guess what that's a reference to, correct?
Planarwalk, what's the answer?
Give me a few seconds. That would be 35,000. Have I got it correctly? Got it
You
correct?
have. That sort of cuts the
Yes.
stream a bit short. What do we do for the rest of it? Well, let's say hello to people in the chat. And particularly our members. I can see one.
Okay, one thing I have been kind of realizing with Hugh Jarz. Remember he asked me that question? And I think it's some kind of funny that I said 3,500. But literally ignored that I corrected myself.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, you did turn around and say, Matt, it was just it's a common mistake. You just didn't do the right.
Look at
the decimal point at the right place.
I mean, look at Plano. I was put on the spot straight away. So you know, if you're not prepared, it's like, and then it's like, oh, okay, I see the problem. 35,000.
Yeah.
Planarwalk.
You said 3,500.
And I said it straight away. Yeah, and I said straight away. Planarwalk.
All you did was put the decimal point in the wrong place.
Yeah.
That's all.
Planarwalk stopped and had to think for a few seconds before he could give the answer. I gave it straight away. And then I didn't realize my issue, and he said no, and I was like, oh yeah, correct, 35,000. So I literally corrected myself.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to misrepresent and totally be dishonest, actually, if you think about it.
It's not like you didn't know, it was just a slip of the mind, that was all.
Yeah, usually that happens when you put on the spot. It happens. But anyway, I did correct myself if anybody wants to know the truth. Okay.
And it wasn't even like a talk that day. It was more like an interview. He started asking you loads of questions, didn't he? When it should have been a discussion rather than an interview.
Yeah. There's some questions I would like to give Planarwalk though. What's with the black nails and long hair? Why does he have a tinfoil hat on his keyboard? And why does he constantly say stupid things? That's one thing. That's questions I would ask Planarwalk though.
I don't know him, but I've seen his face before.
He's been around a long time. He's actually got quite a big channel. Hey, Timothy.
It's probably how I know him, man. But I just don't. He just seems really young.
He's very young, yeah. He's still wet behind the ears, you can put it.
Right.
Hey, John Voyage, good to see you. But I think he's in his late 20s, maybe. He just looks very young for his age. I mean, I can't say anything because I've always looked young for my age.
Yeah, me too.
I used to struggle to get into a casino or something. I literally had to take my ID every time I go to a casino or something. It's like, sorry, so you're not allowed to be a kid. It's like, I'm not a kid. I'm actually 5 years older. But yeah, hey Blue Paul, good to see you. It's good to see everybody in. And yeah, I said John Voyage, I hope, and Jeff Gassett. Okay, yeah, he did say. He said an angle wasn't an angle. The sad thing is I'm still getting Globers, the trolls in my chat, literally trying to defend the guy, saying a hypotenuse is not angle based. Yeah, literally. Hey Jolly Man, thank you for coming. Good to see you. So let's see what these guys have on to say. I hope it's not going to be a boring stream, because if it starts out like this, it's like just misrepresenting. You never know.
Remember there, Judy Bassett. Hello, Judy. I hope you're enjoying your night from Arctic Reflections.
Okay, they're just...
have you recently changed your name from something else, I don't think?
Okay, they're just saying hi to everybody. So.
As well. This is real life I'm talking about. And I'm not going to be able to do much between now and East. The heart attack support says that he's had 3 heart attacks and lots of stuff. I like it. Oh,
okay.
I guess it looks a bit like a Hugh Jarz, I guess.
Sure. I think it was a bit slower than 6 months. It was less than a year.
Okay, I don't know when they're finally going to get to me though, but I know they are getting to me, so I'm just going to forward it till we get there, guys. Hey, Duper Poons, when are you coming on to present your globe evidence, mate? I thought you said maps prove a globe Earth. So it'd be interesting if you can come and present that evidence, because you did claim that on FED and you never went on, so maybe you will come on here. Mika Ray, thank you for coming. I think what is happening is the Globers are trying to make fun of you, saying, and quote, a hypotenuse is an angle. Yeah, misrepresenting it. I said it's without a hypotenuse you cannot have a right angle. It's the literally part of a right triangle, is it not? It's the part of the arms. You got 2 rays which make an angle, and the hypotenuse is the top angle line. No hypotenuse, no angle. Mika Ray? Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be another gate person, because there's been like other people that have seemed like they might be able to contest Nigel Cheese, but
Okay, I don't know that.
And then Nigel comes along.
Okay.
It's the big thing about Flirts and other nutters is that they tend, when you think they can't get any stupider, they tend to break.
Stupider, is that even a word? Is the word not dumber?
And I would say something
You
like
get
that.
stupid and you get dumb and dumber. You don't get stupider.
Duper Poon said to you, maps prove the globe. I don't need to elaborate further. Well, I think you do, because
Yeah.
maps prove the globe. Maps are flat.
Yeah. Hey, Chris Nemrick, yes, 2 rays, 2 straight lines meeting at a vertex. That's an angle. Hey, Dustin Bones, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, Lumpy, he said, the guest did say, hypotenuse don't matter in an angle. Just like he said, the sun does not have perspective, and then when you bring up the picture of the sun, he says, oh no, it's perspective. Yeah. Comparative adjective, stupider. I know when I grew up, stupider wasn't a word. That's what we learned in school. Stupider was wrong.
Definitely. More stupid it would have been. You're
Yeah.
more stupid, not stupider. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's really weird that people have somehow brought that into the language.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mikey Smith, good to see you. SI man, thank you for coming. Good to see you all.
Through the stupidity barrier like it wasn't there. It's just incredible. Humanity's creativity
is there a
amazing.
barrier though?
Doesn't this look like a very boring stream by them? It's like they're trying to figure out what to say. Hey, where's Wally? Thank you for coming. Love the one-sided poll. Thanks. Yeah, I did on purpose like that because it's making fun of you guys. So click anyone. Doesn't really matter. It's just for the fun.
It's beyond your credibility, I guess. That no one who's human could possibly be that stupid.
Yeah, I suppose. It
Wow.
just solves everything. It's like a nice little thing that you can do to make the make theories of the universe just compatible with one another.
It's like they don't know what to argue about. Ariel, Nye, the science guy, thank you for coming. Sorry guys, I thought at least by 9 minutes they would have something to argue already. Silence.
So thank you to all the new subscribers who have come up with the company. And a fresh food company, as in a healthy food company. I don't see the... Well, I'm getting close, thanks to you. I'm up to, I think it was aware of. I think this is an important subject to have a chat about.
What's the important subject?
So what other YouTube scams are you aware of? I think this is an important subject to have a chat about.
YouTube scams. Okay, that should be interesting. So I'm in the same stream as YouTube scams, guys. This should be interesting. I want to see if they are trying to say I am a scammer. That should be interesting. Love your shredding media, Don. Actually, thanks, Asa man. Yeah, it wasn't very hard, to be honest. Yes, stupidest is a word, but stupider was never a word, Chris. When I grew up, I was marked wrong for saying stupider. Hey, Prof. Harvester, he says I voted both ways. Alan, you rock, mate. Okay.
So in the video, I decided to allude to one, which was the established titles scam from a while back.
Ooh, and who pushed established titles? Was that Mr. Simon Dan? Ow. So it shows you he doesn't do his homework before pushing stuff. He just takes anything. Harun Torsten, thank you for coming. And Dr. Bass Ackwards, always good to see you, mate. No, it wasn't spelled wrong. Literally, when you speak in front of a class and you say stupider and the teacher says that's not a word, it's not spelt. You said it out. Hey, Arwen, thank you for coming. Was Planarwalk born a woman? No, but I think he wishes he was, maybe. I think he's like a Brenda the second. Not sure, actually. Because he's still classifies as a man. I think he's just very feminine.
He likes his nail varnish and stuff.
And you see, that's the problem with people like this these days, actually. That's why women are turning away from men. Because there's no men anymore. They're becoming more feminine than women. That's unfortunately the sad truth. Dictionaries disagree with you. Stupider has been a word defined for 200 years. Can you prove that, Makery? We've seen things change all the time. This year, things have changed that used to be different. Maybe he's never heard of the Mandela effect, maybe? Let's go.
I decided not to...
Where's Wally says, hey Flat, if you want to watch one grade A derp, check out Journalism, trying to debunk Simon and Dan. Jeremy Frell is amazing with the sunset and looking west. Journalism can debunk himself, to be honest. Journalism is not a very bright guy. Chris, unfortunately, I can't really talk about trans issues. Just, it goes against policies and hate speech rubbish. So, unfortunately, I can't do it. I would love to, but on YouTube platform, unfortunately, you cannot.
To actually mention it, but have a kind of hint kind of thing, which was where I said that some scams have been a bit more established than others. All I know is
more
that
established. Okay, I want to just get to where they're maybe going to be talking about me.
Anything now? The credit for this, but he came up with the idea, told me about it. I went along with it because I thought it would be a fun thing, and boy howdy was it fun.
So this is probably one of the scams they're talking about. Memorandum for Earth-shaped field assets. Director of Earth-shaped counterintelligence. What does that tell you already? I mean, if you can't see this, it's fake. I mean, the header alone is fake. There's no any tax numbers or any LC numbers or anything. So it already tells you it's fake.
Mm.
So it shows you how these guys actually do their homework. When you might get Brent on your show soon. Oh, good luck. Be prepared for a lot of contradictions and lying. Chris Namesek, yes, there is a ban in talking about things like this, especially if you are on the flat earth list, the conspiratorial list. I get striked just for saying a guy is a man, a woman, or a woman is a man. If I put it in more not so blunt terms. How can I put it? Yeah. Thank you, Hillary, for coming. Let's carry on.
The flirts fell for it.
And the thing is, no matter how many times this happens,
The flirts go for it. I just looked at it for 2 seconds and I can tell you it's a scam. So, which flirts is he talking about?
they still don't think they're gullible.
Again. So, is he trying to be... It sounds almost like to me that they set this up as almost like a trap to lure people into it, to see if they're gullible. You know, like, what, I think it was, who was it? Bob, the not a science guy, tried to act as a pilot to someone, to Taboo Conspiracy or something. And then afterwards says it was him that gave it, and it shows, oh, you don't do your own research or blah, blah, blah. And they're so proud of stuff like that. So in other words, these guys are proud to be deceivers, are proud to be fraudsters, to fraud people into believing something and then say, oh, but we got you, you're just gullible. Well, we can say the same things to you guys. You're just gullible, that's why you're Globers. The only difference is we didn't need to fraud you into it. Hey, Tim Kershoff, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you can make it. And William Brackley, good to see you. Cap.
They still think they're critical thinkers. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I find that all conspiracy theorists are more gullible than they think.
Okay. Was I gullible to see this as a true fact? No. So I don't think this guy actually knows what he's talking about. And by the way, they love just putting everybody into the same group. The only gullible ones are you, Planarwalk. Yeah. You know why you got a actual tinfoil hat on your keyboard? There's no actual tinfoil wearers in the so-called conspiracy community. And by the way, all these conspiracies you think are not conspiracy have usually been shown true. Odd. You only get labeled as a conspiracy theorist usually when it is true.
Whether it be flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, QAnoners,
nutters.
Ooh, I don't even want to talk about the V. How much people I know have died from the V or got sick from the V. Literally, people have lost their way to be a professional bodybuilder because of the V. But we the gullible ones, guys.
your 5G nutters, they all think that they're critical thinkers. But in reality, they'll just believe anything that confirms their biases.
Yes.
Oh, like the globe. Please provide us any evidence that you can have gas pressure out of containment. Oh, gravity. Does that ring a bell? Okay, please demonstrate us gravity holding gas without containment. Gravity. Okay, gravity is not a force. No, it is a force. No, it's not a force. It hasn't been a force for over 107 years. Okay, please provide us a demonstration where you can have gas pressure without containment. Oh, Blue Marble Science did when he brought in 3 containers. No, a pipe's not a container. That's the type of things we get from these guys. So I can just say it's pure projection. Yep, even Prof says, I know 5 that have died. Yep. The one person that works for us has even TB now. Critical. I mean, She was even off work for 6 months. She's literally just started coming back to work now, and she's still very sick. They don't even know if she'll be able to carry on, because literally after... Some people just take longer to get side effects than others.
That's right.
It's all.
Yes. Hey Milo, good to see you. A lot of them do believe in the moon landings. And then when you ask them to provide the evidence, oh, I saw it on TV. That's crazy. The whole globe model is based on religious beliefs. That's it. I think we finished. Yeah, we can maybe go through some of the video from McKeegan, because he did a response video to me of my up and down.
Oh, okay.
So that might be fun, because I don't know how much we're going to get. I'm only 20 minutes in about, and they haven't really spoken anything about me yet.
Confirmation bias.
Okay.
Reconsider how you analyze information.
Yeah.
Einstein, that apparently Einstein said this when he didn't.
Einstein said a lot of things, and a lot of things he redacted because he didn't want you to know. A lot of things are written down. Ooh. Maybe if you actually didn't ignore everything and didn't want to just cherry pick what you want to know, you would see a lot of the things he did actually say that you say he didn't say. You know, you would also understand like things like Newton didn't want to be ascribed to gravity, yet he was.
Yeah.
By C.V. Boyes.
Yeah, in fact, in that case, it was Hawking sort of summarising or something, Einstein. But yeah,
or he'll misunderstand what Einstein said.
How do we misunderstand what Einstein says? He literally has based his concept, yes, that's what it is, a conceptual thought experiment, not science, in a fourth dimension that you cannot observe, to just be gravity as the effect, so not a force, of bending a space and time concept. Not that we don't understand it, we understand it perfectly, it's just total bullshit nonsense.
Yes. Well, what a surprise.
Yeah, what a surprise, it's total nonsense, exactly. Yes, Jolly Man, they're pushing transhumanism very badly. It's the 2030 agenda.
I don't understand what Einstein said, but
Well, just because you don't understand doesn't mean the rest of us don't. It's actually very simple stuff. He says, you have space, it like blanket. You have big mass, small mass, it look like it's attracting one another while it's actually going in a circular path. So it appears to be going in a straight, well, it's going in a straight path, but appears to be going in a circular elliptical orbit. Why? Because space and time are bending together to warp to one another. It's just an effect not based on force, but your perception on your relative reference frame in a fourth dimension that does not exist. And it's only mathematical. There we go.
of course, Winston understands it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Flurfs. Well, you got a lie to Flurf, right?
Yep.
Wow, what a rebuttal. He says, yeah, of course, Whitsett understands. Whitsett has actually explained it quite well. That I cannot put off him. He's explained it quite a few times quite well. And what's Planarwalk's rebuttal to that? You got a lie to Flurf. So instead of actually correcting Whitsett then, you just say, got a lie. Brilliant.
In fact, that's how we know that they're flirts, because they lie.
Is that so? Media Don's not here tonight, as you guys can see. Hey, Slip Radar, good to see you. How much times did I catch him lying on my stream last night?
Yeah, exactly.
I literally verbatim gave him out his lies. He's a Glober, correct?
Yep.
Okay, how about Brenda? How much times does Brenda come live and literally get caught out on lies? And,
Every time, but no, every time.
And Brenda's a Glober, correct?
Yep.
Or how about Rumpus? He's not even allowed on FED anymore. Why? Because he's lied, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Glober. Huh. Weird. sort of seems a bit weird that they're saying it's flurfs when the times everything I'm seeing it's globies. How about Red's rhetoric when he scammed people out of fraud? You know, he frauded people literally, and they still defend him. Wouldn't that be lying? And that's Globers, by the way.
But yeah, I thought this was a very fun thing. Actually, I can actually show you the real email, seeing as I don't have to worry about...
William Brack is actually correct. General relativity is the outcome of a great intellect combination combined with the imagination of a 5-year-old. Actually, very good. That's true. Because you have to have an imagination of a 5-year-old to come up with that. Hey, Captain Caveman, good to see you. Captain Caveman, I think they were talking about you on here as well at some stage, so you might want to stay tuned for that. Hey, Mac65, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Seeing as I don't have to worry about skill, not Skillshare, worry about...
Yeah, you don't have to worry about skill at all, because what you do is just nothing. Yeah. On my other channel, I have an X. Oh no, another strike. That sucks, man. They love striking us. Okay, got 56 votes already, and it's staying 38%, 62%.
My video I don't have to worry about this video being approved by Skillshare.
Skillshare. I want to say it's Surfshark. Huge. Also, you going to correct him like you try to correct me with the kilometer story? Before we go on, I think I know. Let's do it this way. Open with this is Fulton TV. Yeah.
It's shrinking closer. You know what height they're up to, but we're under a dome, aren't we?
On a flat Earth, but you are literally stating space, and space is literally for a spherical Earth, so that's your version.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you believe in space? But I guess you're saying you don't.
I believe space is real, but not as a vacuum.
So, when you say space is real, how far does it go? How far up can it go?
That I would not know. I would know it's quite far because you can see quite far. But it's definitely not the millions and millions of miles you guys claim it to be.
Nope. Can you hear all right, guys?
When you say it's definitely not that, what's the evidence that tells you it's definitely not that?
Let's take the moon for instance. The Tycho crater. Look at the angular size. You're not supposed to see it because it's actually too small to see angular size, and yet we can see it. It's supposed to be 253,000 miles away.
I think it's around here.
That's the same as seeing an ant 100 miles or 100 meters away with your bare eyes.
I think, wasn't that... I'm pretty sure you got the calculations wrong with that one. I heard
Hey,
that.
Tando, good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Let me just ask you a quick question. How many meters in 35 kilometers?
Okay, guys, listen to this. He asked you how much meters in 35. Just listen.
3,500.
Did I even hesitate? I literally answered straight away, so I was put on the spot. But listen what carries on.
Wrong.
3,500. It's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, isn't it?
Yes,
So
but
3,500.
35.
So it's 3,500. It's
No.
35 kilometers. You said 35 kilometers.
Yes.
3,500.
No.
Really?
Listen to what you're saying.
35 times
It's
1,000. 35 times 1,000. 35,000. Oh.
There, I corrected myself.
You did.
Maths isn't my strong point, by the way. I do.
There we
Like
go.
I said, it was just the sake of like forgetting where to put the decimal point. That was
Yep.
it.
I was put on point, and I literally corrected myself. Without hesitating, he literally had to stop for 3 seconds and work it out in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working out while I was talking to him. Kind of like multitasking. So yeah, it's good to see you guys. So, Huge, would we say that is dishonest of you to just cut that off? You only play the part where I say 33,500 and you don't put the rest? Yeah.
Present my screen again.
Present your screen, yeah.
Share screen and
Wow, this is exhilarating stream from
Screen
him.
use one.
I have to say, Hugh Jarz, you had a brilliant stream, mate. Not falling asleep at all. Forwarded to 21 minutes and still haven't really got anything exciting. Yes, it's just cherry picking Rune, exactly. And they want to call us dishonest. Nathan Oakley, you can see. He says, "Who's the chick in the covering?" Yeah. Oh man.
It's error and Artie.
Wow. This is exhilarating stream, guys.
They're actually locked
So
up
exciting.
in their house at the moment because they were barking at the neighbours at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I thought they could sit there until I feed them after this.
Okay, can we
stream.
actually get to anything? Okay.
But yeah, Express.
Yeah, so proud of such a small operation. Yeah.
Okay, still busy on more scams.
Apparently, there is a reason why they don't put in too much effort. At least for some scams.
Okay, still scams.
What about that Hello Fresh? We can keep that.
What is going on?
Okay. Are they going to actually get to me now? Or? Ah, there we go.
I want to show you how clever Wolfie's daughter Emma is, compared to Flazzard at least.
Oof, oof.
Emma, so tonight we learned how many meters there are in a kilometre.
Okay, tonight we learned how many meters are in a kilometer. So that means Wolfie already just told his daughter the answer, correct?
Yeah.
Does that make her clever, or is she just repeating what Wolfie just told her to say?
Oh.
How many meters in 1 kilometre?
1,000.
Ah. And I also said it's 1,000, did I not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct. Let me just ask you a quick question. How many meters in 35 kilometres?
2,500.
There
You're
is
wrong. You're wrong.
What about if we have 10 kilometres?
10,000.
Correct.
3,500. It's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, isn't it?
Yes, so you multiply
So I got 1,000 meters in a kilometer, correct? Okay.
down by 35.
That's 3,500.
Wrong.
That is
What about if we have 50 kilometres?
Correct.
35 kilometers. You said 35 kilometers.
Yes.
3,500.
Wrong.
proved.
What
Is he
about
going
if we
to
have
see where I
35
corrected myself?
35,000.
Correct.
Really?
Listen to what you're saying. It's
35
1,000.
35 times 1,000. 35,000.
Yeah, I corrected myself. He actually got it in.
Math is not a strong point, by the way. I just want to keep it.
I believe you. All right. Oh, good.
So what was the issue they used? I literally corrected myself.
So anybody knows you've seen that show that night, that was just a slip of the mind, you know what I mean? It was, you knew what you were talking about, it was just a slip. You know what I mean? You divided instead of multiplying.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hey, Mr. Garcia and Paku, thank you for coming. Good to see you. And PT. How many degrees in hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is the degree measurement over the horizontal ray, PT. You, of all people, mathematicians, should know this. Whoops. Show me a right angle triangle without an hypotenuse.
I can get out of it quickly. That's great. Stream out. It annoys me sometimes. Yes, Emma is amazing. 5-year-old.
I was tired when you asked me that question, and even I.
You were tired. I was also tired. I worked late. I rushed. I created the stream 8 just before we started, and then started the stream. Yeah, I was tired, and it was how late at night already? Over an hour into my stream when we started 9 o'clock, so it was already 11:30 about. 10:30. After a long days of working, I think I worked 12 hours that day.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it after pausing for 3 seconds to work it out in your head. I literally answered him straight away on the fly and realized, oh wait, yeah, you're correct. 35,000.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. When the hypotenuse requires 90 degrees. That's the whole point of the hypotenuse, which they don't get. It's a right triangle angle measurement. And what does celestial navigation use? 90-degree angle. So you have an hypotenuse. They're scared of the hypotenuse, you know? So like the guys are scared of hippopotamuses when they jump in a river. Hey Taylor Vision, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
I mean, I don't knock Flatsoid for not being good at maths. I mean, not everyone's good at everything. I'm not good at everything, that's for sure. But that's kind of when you use maths to say that you know something that all of science throughout history have missed.
Sorry, what? When did I make a claim that I know all science has missed? What science did I even bring up? In even that whole discussion with Hugh Jarz. I can't remember even talking about science with him. I think when we did try, was like a little few minutes, and we spoke about what is a hypothesis, and he couldn't give me a hypothesis for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And what has math got to do with science? You do know math is just description based, so you can use math to describe things after you've done your experiment. So you're collecting data, that's the math there, to describe the data used. But it is not science. The science actually comes before the math. It's like saying calculus is math. Calculus is science, because you're making calculus work with an equation. It's nonsensical.
You've got to get the basics right, and if you can't even get 5 times 1,000, I mean, it's in the...
I got it right, you. Literally. You saw me get it right. I corrected myself while speaking to you, not having to close my eyes like that twat there, and think for 3 seconds. Unlike Wolfie's daughter, where he literally gave her the answers before he filmed her. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. I'm glad you enjoy the work, mate. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Without you guys, there would not really be anything to be. And Plain Truth, hey, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Plain Truth says, Planarwalk has claimed before that some men can give birth. Was on modern day debate. Oh, wow. I think he's watched that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And he thought it was true. You do realize that there was a so-called male couple that had a baby, but the male mom-dad thing was born a female. So just because it's classified as a male doesn't make it a female. Doesn't make it a male. If you're born a male, you're born a male. If you're born a female, you're born a female. Finish and klar. I can go and classify myself as a green alien if I want to. Does that make me one? No, it doesn't. He's currently trying very hard to get pregnant. I feel so sorry for him. Who's going to try and make him pregnant? How's that going to work, by the way? Glow Peer Review, thank you for coming. And Derek Bradley, good to see you. Yep. They live for mistakes, Derek. That's all they do. So they don't actually have any arguments.
Words of the question. You got to doubt the conclusions that you come to, surely.
Yeah, it's... I don't get it, honestly. It's one of those things where... Like, maybe they're not using maths. Like, isn't one of the things that they don't use maths?
What? Where have nobody said nobody's used math?
Why would they say that?
Okay, Mr. Debunk that.
That means we don't say we don't use maths.
Okay, can we debunk that quickly? You guys can see on the screen here, this poll. Is that maths? Nathan Oakley. As a black transgender Jewish lesbian woman, I find that all highly problematic. Thank you, Nathan. Oh man, that's funny. So anyway, yeah, the poll alone debunks his argument. And how about last night when I had a debate with Media Don that hasn't shown up tonight? Probably because he's too embarrassed. Did I not show math? Yeah, look how hard he has to think about that as well.
Well, they don't believe in it, it seems. Riley said things like that.
No. Anthony would never say we don't use maths. That's an outright lie. And a misrepresentation of what he usually says.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe next time you ask them, they'll say, well, that's 56,327.
Are you going to correct him now? How did he get the number? Did he not stutter? Yeah. So, was he correct now? No, it's dead.
Yeah,
It's
it's probably a
still.
little bit more difficult.
There's so much dead air in this stream alone. It's more dead air than I have in maybe 20 streams together. And we've only been through like 29 minutes and half of it's been forwarded. That's bad.
Yeah.
Hugh Jarz, if you want to have some criticism, maybe try work out your dead air, mate. It might make it more exciting. And to do that, you might want to get rid of Planarwalk. Because he's not one of the most exciting people live on air. As you can see. It's like the blind leading the blind. No one knows actually what to say. They're trying to fish for things to talk about.
I was like, that tinfoil hat looks kind of bra shaped, doesn't it? He's maybe been using it for the old fakies rather than the old.
No, I think he's got a small little hole in there, and he inserts it in his hole, and then the guy tries to impregnate him from it.
Oh goodness.
Owen, but your dead air is not this kind of dead air. This dead air is literally like awkward. Hugh Jarz is sitting there and wondering what to say, while Planarwalk is sitting there like, oh, I'm bored out of my hole. What am I going to say? You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, Nathan, dead air is the devil. We 100% agree. And people get bored easily. I mean, attention spans are hectic small. And they get smaller every day. Damn you, government! But yeah. Think about it. How much people today actually read books?
Not many.
Not many. And if they do read a book, it's usually ones that they want, like magazines with pictures, or they just read a page and then they like, oh, I'm bored. I mean, the days used to be where people literally pick up 300-page books and read through it like as quick as possible. They enjoy it. They have book clubs and stuff. Today, you don't really have book clubs. Although, where you do, it's literally stupid stuff like, why is this person's condom shaped differently? Because feminists. That's the kind of arguments they have today. It's like, okay. Or we found a new planet in the solar system that we cannot actually observe ourselves, but it's better than Earth, and we can't expect it to have life, but it is more habitable than Earth.
It's a transparent gas planet, but we can see it perfectly.
I saw a video today from Astro Kobe, Nathan, where he was talking about a discovered planet that is 2 times the size of Earth, is even more habitable than Earth, and has a sun that's been burning for 10 billion years or something.
Oh,
And
quite.
yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? There's no life recorded on there. So
No life. No.
doesn't that kind of contradict the evolution story? Because the everything is their mixture is perfect for their evolution to occur, to have habitable life and everything. Yet there's no life on there. So Astral Kobe, you might want to look at your own narrative, mate. You debunked evolution. And it's been much older than Earth, so therefore it had more time to evolve. Yeah.
Clive Wells says, never underestimate the stupidity of the flirt. Yeah. Well, he's a mathematician, so he should know what 35 times 1,000 is.
We all do. Nathan sent me a photo. Let's see what the photo is. Meanwhile, at the library, what the librarian Wolf had tied up, Mrs. Jones, the librarian. He put on her glasses, her colourful smock, and said to himself, Red is in for a shock. A few moments later, Red opened the door. Come in, said the wolf with a wave of his paw. Library. Yep. The building itself features in the library book. That's true. That is weird. Let's look at that again. Really odd stuff. Thank you very much for that. Okay, in the old days, if you had material issues, they locked you up. Mental issues, they locked you up. That's true. Today, it's normal to be mental, and the people that are normal are considered insane. Anybody say Times of Noah for me? Yeah. Hey, Unirock. Yes, that was a lion, not a wolf. That does look like a lion. There's a... No, that's a wolf. But I know Little Red Riding Hood was at the grandma's house. That's why local library is the library book. They don't want people to read books anymore. Remember, dumbing down is the plan, guys. Agenda 2030.
Oh, he actually says that he's a mathematician.
Clive Wells? Yeah, he's a... I don't think he's a professor, but he's a PhD. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Flatzoid.
And this guy's supposed to be very clever. I said I'm not really the best in maths. Did I not say that? And now he's saying I'm claiming to be a mathematician. Shows you how bright this guy is. Yeah, very bright. I'd rather support flat earth than support disgusting surgery, to be honest. That's very honest of you, Dupapoons. I agree. I'm also sick of grown adults pretending to be something they are not. And the point where they are get surgery is setting an awful example for the children and needs to stop immediately. Hey, Tony Whitcomb, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Yes, he's wearing a woman's blouse. He usually does. Nathan. He's trying to transition. Literally. How do you get Pikachu into a building? You Pokemon. So, yeah.
Oh, Flatzoid.
Hey, Gematria Wombat.
Yeah, he uses maths to, to say he's disproved the globe.
Yeah, and let's do this quickly. I've got a challenge for these guys. I've got 3 videos. Pure maths of your globe, guys. I use 3 different equations. Yes, equations, math. And I want you guys to go and disprove it for me. How's that sound? Any glober, more than welcome to. This is a challenge for you. It's a 3-part series. It's not a live series, so it's not so long. But this is based on your globe. If I can find it now. There we go. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. I use maths and geometry in all 3. Go through them and please try and dismantle it. Tell me what math is wrong there. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe put the links for you guys in the chat. This is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 3. And yes, using maths is very good to debunk your globe because the maths doesn't work in reality. And also weird how I keep having to make diagrams to debunk them. Yep, it's a blouse, guys. Look at the collar. That's a woman's blouse. He's been caught wearing women's clothing many times.
His posture certainly says he's very lady, well, not ladylike, but womanly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've
Wait,
seen
yeah,
his famous.
he does that.
Yes. Well, he attempts to, I guess. Have you seen his famous diagram? It's meant to be angles of Polaris and things like that, and it's wrong.
They do not. What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with my angles to Polaris. You guys just can't accept that I was trying to explain perspective in a two-dimensional way, and even though that's impossible, you cannot. I still managed to use it as a tool to explain, do I not? And Hugh Jarz, you might want to check my stream last night. I've updated it. Then you tell me what's wrong, okay?
And he's been told it's been wrong many, many times over many months, but he just refuses to accept it because that would mean he was wrong.
You haven't told me how it's wrong. You just said it's wrong. And you know what the one argument is on what's wrong with it? The distances on the floor are compressing together. So that's why I decided, fine, let me change the distances on the floor then to make them have the same increments. And I get the same results, Hugh Jarz. Yeah. Why? Because it's based on reality. We see in three-dimensional space. Perspective. Maybe I can quickly share that again. There we go. If you guys haven't already, this was explained last night. This is the latest of the graph. Hugh Jarz, if you want to know more about this, go watch my stream from last night. Media Don presents Polaris. Flat Earth versus Globe Earth present Polaris. I actually explain this in more detail over and over and over, and you would see why it works. So there we go. You can watch that. Tony says, only wears a blouse to make him look interesting to other idiots, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Well, I know at a stage I went through a rocker stage, and I had like long black hair and everything, but I mean, I never went as far as to put nail polish on my hands and wear women's clothing, and yeah. Nah. There's a difference between trying to stand out and to be feminine. And I can tell you a lot today of women are put off by this, whatever they're trying to be. If you're not a man, you're not a man. I don't know how else to put it to you. I mean, a woman wants you to be able to protect them, wants you to be able to open a jar if possible. Not some pansy, sorry, you can't do it, I can't do it kind of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just pathetic.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember seeing it in a video that he did.
Let's have a quick chat about top left, actually, because Fatsoid seems to be everywhere, and as a result, I think that means he's a shoe-in for top left, even though
I'm so proud to take top left. I don't mind, because by taking it, it means I'm doing the right thing. It means you idiots don't have any arguments other than ad homs or trying to misrepresent me. And as I did tell FTFE, it's just a very immature thing to do anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I actually feel honored that if I had to win top left, because that means I'm doing something right. It means you morons are noticing me and you don't have an answer to my arguments. It's as simple as that.
I think it should be Bev.
I think it should be Kent Hovind.
But
I mean, they're all
Okay,
good
that's a good
contenders, but like Kent Hovind said some monumentally stupid stuff recently.
like, what exactly?
Like
Is
the
he,
whole thing about what keeps an atom together.
Okay, what keeps an atom together, Planarwalk?
You know, and he says,
right.
"Oh, it's obviously Jesus."
based on a Christian worldview, it is obviously Jesus. So just because you don't agree with it, it's therefore stupid. Is that what he's saying? If he's a Christian, which Kent Hovind is, and he claims Jesus is holding the atom together because Jesus created it, therefore Jesus is actually holding it together, he's correct in the Christian worldview based on that. By the way, how can you prove atoms to exist, Planarwalk? You do know it's just the model.
And it's like, do you not know what gluons are? Like the thing that you literally read.
Yes, what's the formula for Jesus?
Salvation. There's the formula for Jesus. Salvation. No Jesus, no salvation. That's it. Next. And by the way, Jesus is not math.
How do we predict the force that Jesus exerts, you know?
What? How do you predict the force that Jesus exerts? Jesus isn't a force, is he? This is insane. This is the kind of arguments they come up with. It's just literally actually pathetic. I got nothing to really say about it. Lightly toast them with jam peer review. Exactly, Owen. Jesus is not mad.
That's the Jesus force.
Yes, it's magic. Because I know people...
Hey Rocket Man, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah. So I think I did actually title this video correctly. These guys are like when you take Dumb and Dumber and you give them steroids. They literally make Jim Carrey and what's the other guy's name? Well, anyway, the Dumb and Dumber guys, and makes them look smart. Flat was bitten by a radioactive tick, and now that Flat Earth superpowers to fight ball earthers. If it was only so.
Still Christians, you might say, because it's a bit hard to see Kent Hovind as anything but a grifter. But what you might call real Christians don't like people like him.
Could be a dress that's long sleeve dress, Tandu. You never know.
Because they, obviously bring them into disrepute. It's one thing to believe in something, and that's fine. But it's another to use it just to make money, really. And then you make up stuff as you go along.
Let me just make it plain and clear. Kent Hovind is a moron. Okay. A lot of things I don't agree with him. Yeah.
I used to like Kent Hovind, but that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s with his creation stuff. But yeah, when it comes to the flat Earth stuff, I think he knows it, but he won't admit it, will he?
Yeah, that's the problem. But I still think he's in with the Masons kind of thing. So
yeah, could be.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything against the guy. It's just he's a moron. I got no other words for it. Hey, Sandy Banana, good to see you.
His creation stuff is good. His creation stuff was kind of like, it helped me back in the past, you know what I mean? Come to terms with creation and stuff like that. But yeah, nowadays he's a bit different. He's a bit different. He does seem kind of that way.
He seems triggered when someone asks him about flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darwin is good at debunking evolution, Nathan. That I have no doubts about. He's good at debunking in a rudimentary fashion. He takes it at a logical point. But that's I say, but he's still... There's a lot of things he does ignore that they do bring up. And I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's just a farce. I don't know.
Which only makes it worse.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that, where they see people like Kent Hovind, like Matt Powell.
I'm not going to read that comment, Nathan, but you guys can read on screen. Okay.
And they completely disagree with the message, especially with people like Matt Powell, who basically uses hate to try and spread his message.
And Matt Powell uses hate to spread his message? What hate has Matt Powell used? Oh, if you don't accept Jesus, you will burn in hell. That's not hate speech, Planarwalk. That's just the truth. I'm sorry if the facts hurt, Planarwalk, but if you choose not to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're not going to be spending eternity with Him in heaven. You'd be going to the other place by your choice. Not hate speech, fact. Let's put this in everyday context. If you want to travel to a concert, and it's an awesome concert, you've saved up money, you've paid for the ticket, now you want to travel with someone to go to that concert because you don't have your own car. And that person says, fine, you can come travel with, I will take you in my car if you listen to my music, which is banjo music, for Pete's sake. But you hate banjo music so much, you decide, no, I'm not going to go drive with you because you listen to banjo music. So what happens? You end up missing the concert. He just says, okay, your choice, I'm not taking you to the concert. Whose choice was it to go to the concert? It was yours. You decided not to go with him to the concert. Not he left you behind. You decided not to go with him. That's how it is with Jesus as well. You decide not to spend eternity with him. I hope that makes it clear. Not hate speech, it's free will, it's choice.
There's a lot of Christians who will take something like let's take something like homosexuality.
See what I'm saying? Now he's saying that's hate speech. Oh, I thought he's going to bring this up because he is trying to be a woman. Do you stand peeing? Planarwalk? Do you stand up when you pee? Have you always got that little mannequin standing up when you pee? Or do you have nothing down there? How do we put it? Do you have a funnel or a tree? Let us know.
There are a lot of Christians that say homosexuality is fine.
They now not Christians. I'm sorry to be blunt, but that's the truth. The Bible literally condones homosexuality. If you are a Christian and you saying homosexuality is fine, it's wrong. So now they say it's hate speech. It's not hate speech. It's just God created a man and a woman for a purpose. How do you think you became into being, Planarwalk? Did you just poop out of nowhere? Did your dad fart you out of his bumhole? No, you had a father and you had a mother having intercourse, which created you. Uno numero. You know, it takes two to tango. You understand the thing? The one gives the egg, the one gives the sperm. Where? Yeah. It's very, very simple stuff. This is simple biology. You are born a male or you're born a female. There's nothing in between. Just because you want to be accepted as something you are not, does not make it hate speech. It just means you can't accept that you have an identity problem.
They won't even try to argue. They won't even try to argue that love the sin.
Love the sin. That totally goes against Christianity. There's no sin to love. You're not supposed to love sin.
Is that what you just said? In Christianity, you're meant to love sin.
Nathan actually says he needs a pen. And, you'll have to rewatch the stream, Nathan. Yeah, he says nobody says love the sin. Yeah, you don't. Am I going too fast? How am I going too fast? I'm sorry. You cannot love sin in Christianity. Sin is totally opposite of God's nature. So why would you say you need to love sin? Yep, I agree, William Brackley.
Oh no, not love the sin. Hate the sin but loves the sinners. I'll just.
Yeah, you know what that means. Planarwalk, I have all the most love for you as a person. That's why I am telling you as a fact, if you're not changing your ways, you are not going to spend eternity with the Creator. That is love, being blunt to tell you the truth. I hate the sin you do because it's disgusting, it's an abomination. So, I hate the sin, not the sinner.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, exactly, love the sinner, hate the sin. It's like, God doesn't want you to sin, but he still loves the person that's sinning. It's like your own father. If you're naughty, your dad's not going to like it, but he's still going to love you. You know what I mean?
Slip radar, yes, jealousy is a sin.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can overcome jealousy. You do know you can ask God for forgiveness and your sin will be forgiven. You just have to ask Jesus into your heart. There's many people that have done very bad things in life, but before they died, they asked for forgiveness. And God is a just God. He will forgive you if you ask. Doesn't matter what you've done. If you've asked for forgiveness, He will forgive you. Why? Because He loves you, the sinner, not the sin.
Exactly.
He says He would. This is also one thing I wanted to bring up in the Bible verses prove a flat earth. He takes your sin as far from the east as it is from the west. How do you do that on a globe earth?
Exactly.
There's no difference between east and west on the flat earth. That's just looking left or right. I'm on a globe earth, yeah. You're just looking left or right. You're looking east or west. Is one of the heliocentric assassins original D-zones. Thank you very much. Glad you. Life is wet. Whew. You cannot wear a gas. Yeah, you can only calculate a gas's weight because you still have it in a container.
Let's go, yeah, it's fine, because of, firstly, several of those verses that are supposedly against homosexuality.
I want this guy, Planarwalk, to actually bring up the verses. Planarwalk, this is a call out. Would you like to come on my stream and actually have a chat on homosexuality in the Bible? I would be more than happy to talk to you about it. Then I can explain it to you how it's supposed to be viewed instead of how you taking it as hate speech, because it's not.
Why does Duper Poons keep going on about atoms not existing?
I don't know.
If atoms don't exist, what is making gas pressure? Nobody says atoms don't exist.
We said atoms is a model and you still have to prove it.
Yeah.
The atom model works to explain things, but it doesn't make it real. Yeah, and no one says it doesn't exist. So that's just a total straw man and a red herring. Yeah, so Planarwalk, if you're watching this, which you certainly are, like usual, with the troll account or in the back alley somewhere, would you please come on the show and talk about this issue that you're having? Because out of love for you, yes, out of love for you, I would love to explain it to you so you understand the issue, because it's not you that's hated, it's your sin that's hated. Sound fair? So everybody in chat, if you know Planarwalk, please go and message him and tell him Flatzoid is asking him for a chat on this subject, on hate speech and transgenderism. I think that would be an interesting subject to have a conversation about.
They have been misinterpreted.
Misinterpreted?
Right. The one in Leviticus is actually not against homosexuality. It's against...
Which one in Leviticus? Be very specific. Leviticus 11? Which one?
What's the word to not get us demonetized?
Um,
I'm sure
Sorry? Do you
I
think,
didn't say anything.
no, but do you think this guy actually even reads the Bible to know what verses he's talking about?
No, obviously not. He's obviously had it somewhere and forgot what scripture it is, because Leviticus is a long blooming book.
That's why I said maybe Leviticus 11? I want to know how you're misrepresenting it though, Planarwalk.
people will be able to
Having fun with animals? Is that what you're getting at? Or?
What?
Oh, obviously not. Having fun with animals is the way I put it.
Woohoo. Bestiality is not a good thing, Hugh Jarz.
Yeah. Definitely not.
No.
An abomination to God, that's what it is.
Exactly. God created man to rule over animals, not to mate with them.
Yeah.
No.
Or with...
More of having fun with children. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the verse is against. Which is actually
What verse? He hasn't even giving any verse yet. I just want to go back to this one he said about the children.
No.
Or with...
More of having fun with children.
Having fun with children. Is he saying that's what the Bible says, to have fun with children? So in other words, pedophilia. He does know the Bible is specifically against pedophilia.
Absolutely.
So that's a claim against the Bible, a few now, that I would like him to actually back up. So Planarwalk, this is for you. Show us these verses and come and talk to me about it. Then we can discuss it live. Or make a video about it if you want to. Doesn't matter. Either way, you should maybe back up your claim with these verses. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the verse is against. Which is actually a good thing.
What verses? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so he's saying it's against it. Okay, that's good. So, but he's saying it does nothing to do with transsexuality. You haven't even brought up a verse to first tell us what it's about, to actually give the context to know what it's saying. So, usually a person, when they make a claim like this, they bring the verse up and they say, see, this is what it says, and therefore there's the context. It's just saying, somewhere in Leviticus.
I'm
Well, it's a good
being
thing that they're
against,
against it, yes.
Yeah. However, a lot of Christians see it as being against homosexuality, which is a complete misinterpretation of the...
And a different thing.
No, God literally says it's an abomination. Those are the words. It's an abomination. So I'm not really sure where he gets that. It's not. Why talking about... Yeah, Nathan, I don't know how it got into this argument, but it did somehow.
Duper Poons, a telescope is not going to help you see an atom. I think you mean a microscope.
Well done, PJ. Exactly. But even a microscope, you can't really see an atom. I think they tried to show a picture of an atom before, and it's literally like a little tiny blue light in between, like some very, very tiny needle pins. And they said, look, we found an atom. How do you know that's even an atom? It's literally very, very blue faint light that you can't even see.
Yeah. There are also... They also try to take the Sodom and Gomorrah thing to be against homosexuality.
Yeah, why do you think Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, like in the days of Noah, like today, days of Noah? It literally says the men were sleeping with men and women with women. That is homosexuality. Or are we mistaken?
It's even called after that biblical event. So from Sodom and Gomorrah, it's called sodomy, isn't it? So,
Sodomy, exactly. What does sodomy mean, Planarwalk? This is sad. You see, you can see he's literally trying to make an argument in his mind for it, to make it seem right. He's lying to himself. So, Planarwalk, please do come on my stream so we can talk about this, or make a video showing us the scriptures you're talking about so we can actually go through it. I can give you a rebuttal. Anything would be really appreciated, because it's not you that we hate, mate. It's the sin. And that's for every person that's going through this exact same thing. Because there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that's got an identity crisis, as you put it.
yeah.
Sexuality. No, it's not against that at all.
Yeah, Nathan, sod is a great insult.
Like, it's against some other things, like like against hedonism, right?
You heathen, okay.
It's,
What's that got to do with homosexuality?
Yeah, and so you get Christians that will go, no, the Bible doesn't say anything against homosexuality.
Well, then those people don't read their Bible, and therefore they're not actually Christians, because a Christian would never say that.
No.
That's how you separate the tares from the weeds, you know? You literally separate them. Oh, Michael just actually sent a link he wants us to check out. Thank you, Michael.
Well, you send it an element, did he?
Yeah, I opened it now. Bible verses about homosexuality. Wow. Leviticus 18, 20, Judges 19, Genesis 19, 1 Kings 14, 1 Kings 15, 2 Kings 23, Romans 1:18, 1 Corinthians 6, Timothy 1:8, Jude 7, quite a lot. Okay, let's do his Leviticus one because it's probably 20. If a man practice homosexuality, having sex with another man, as with a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must be put to death, for they are guilty of capital offense. Okay, that was the new live translation. Let's go and look on, because we're just taking Leviticus now because he brought up Leviticus. And he said it had nothing to do with homosexuality. What did we just read?
Exactly.
Bible Gateway. Okay. New International Version. If a man has sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They are to be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. You see, you make your own choice. Let's do another. Let's go to New King James Version. How's that? If a man lies with a male as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay, it's definitely talking about sexuality, homosexuality, is it not? Let's maybe take any other one. Which other one should what's this? I have no idea what that is. Worldwide English. Okay, I don't even know. It doesn't give it on. Let's do, which other one do you think we should pick up? How about the Amplified? ERV maybe? Easy to read? That sounds easy. If a man has sexual relations with another man, as with a woman, they have committed a terrible sin. They must be put to death. They are responsible for their own death. Sad, eh? So,
Yep.
Planarwalk again, tell us how that Leviticus never said anything about homosexuality. Yeah.
There are a few ways that you can make it say something against homosexuality, but it doesn't actually say anything against homosexuality.
Okay, we just showed it, so I'm not needing to show it again. Sorry, Planarwalk again, it's not hate on you, it's hate on your sin. So this is love for you from me. Planarwalk, come talk about it. We can have a nice stream, a nice chat about it, just so you can work out the issues and you can find off that, yeah, you're talking bullshit.
No. Doesn't say that it's bad.
My recollection is Paul was pretty clear, but that's the thing. Most of us rely on an English translation, which is not valid because
Yes.
you've got to both read it and understand it in the original language. The New Testament was written in Greek, and the Old Testament was written in a combination of ancient Hebrew and Aramaic in places. And you need to understand the culture of the time. Otherwise, the context doesn't make any sense. If we spoke to Henry VIII, we'd have the same words, but he wouldn't have the same context we do.
That's rubbish. Just because you have a different translation doesn't change the context. You still have the same context, it's just written in another language.
Yeah.
How much different translations did we see now and they all said the same thing? The same context. So making excuses, you? Congratulations.
He wouldn't know what a boomerang was, for example.
No shit.
Oh, that's
A boomerang came after him that he lived, so obviously you won't know what a boomerang is. That's got nothing to do with translation, so a false equivalence.
boomeranged on him, he would have no idea what we're talking about. So you need to do more study than just read the English translation. And
Yes, I thought we were actually going to get to where they're talking about my stuff, but they haven't really got there. Ah.
of course, there's a few English
Yeah.
translations.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't even read the English translation.
Yes, but a lot of fliffs.
I can guarantee you my Afrikaans translation says the same as my other 6 English translation Bibles. And one of my Bibles is in the 18th century Bible. They all say the same things.
For some reason, think you've got to read the King James one, which is interesting. Seeing King James.
I like the King James one, yes. My favorite 2 translations so far is the King James and the New Translation, and sometimes the Amplified also makes it easier to understand. And guess what? They all say the same things.
Yeah.
Same context. Yes, he does look at the Greek or the Hebrew as inferior. That's exactly what they do. They downplay God's word based on translation. So in other words, I speak a South African English. Planarwalk speaks a New Zealand English, and Hugh Jarz speaks, I think, an Australian English. Does that mean now that one of us has a more superior English? We're not speaking the same language because we have different translations of the same English. That is the gist of his argument.
Is clearly bisexual, which you think that would be a bit against Christian
Bisexual is homosexuality, Hugh Jarz. You can't just be a little homosexual. You're either homosexual or you're not.
principles. Of course, he didn't write it personally, but he was the one. Sorry?
Or at least against be a flavour of Christian principles.
Yeah. So so why they insist that that's the one when we've had.
That's the thing about it, faciality. You will still be judged for it one day. But the Bible does say, if you call out in my name, you will be saved. So we can't say God's not going to forgive, because then it goes against his word. God is just. So if you have sinned your whole life, done blah blah whatever, and you have asked for forgiveness truly in your heart, God will forgive you. But does that mean you won't have to stand judged for those sins one day? No, obviously not. You will, because that's what God says. Everybody will stand before him one day and be judged for their acts. So you will stand account for those sins, even though God has he has forgave you. So yeah, Matt Eastman, I'm laughing out loud. Is Duper still keeping you guys ready in channel?
Yeah, Duper, I've just timed him out.
Nathan Oakley, I'll let the wife know. What must you let the wife know? What about suicide? That's a different story, right, faciality. Remember, if you commit suicide, you're committing murder. If you're dead, you cannot you cannot ask for forgiveness. You understand? How do you ask for forgiveness once you're dead? It's too late. So suicide is the end all. You've ended your life. You've murdered.
400 years of scholarship since then to get better translations and understanding of the concepts. But anyway, this is an interesting conversation, but I'm not sure it's going where we want to. So I was thinking for the rest of the video.
I'm great for tangents.
Yeah, faciality. I hope I made it simple to understand. Yeah.
I was thinking for the rest of the video, we might do a bit of what I call derp mining.
Derp?
Because I had a look at Flaxoid's.
Eventually, 36 minutes in, and now they're going to start talking about me. Oh, wow. And we're supposed to end the stream in a half an hour. Oh, exciting. Thank you, Hugh.
New page. And I saw a gold mine, put it that way.
Saw a gold mine.
And there's one bit referring to my chat with him, which I think I'd like to have a look at. But
Yeah, Nathan. Ground towers, GPS is fake. It's all relay stations. Everything based on GPS is relay stations. And yes, they do have satelloons to relay signals, guys.
but let's have a look in general. I'll just show the screen.
This should be interesting. They're finally getting into it, guys. This is what I've been waiting for this whole stream. Instead, we ended up talking about Planarwalk and his blouse.
There we go. How on earth he's got 2.81 subscribers?
Actually, I got 2.82 now. I'm almost on 2.83. And the reason I have that is because I make much better content than you, Hugh. So it kind of sounds like you're jealous.
1,000 subscribers? I have no idea. Because he's not that interesting, put it that way.
Oh, but you found me very interesting when I went on your channel. And it was one of your best viewed videos ever. You know, that's why you're talking about me again. So if I'm not very interesting, then why am I the topic of discussion, you? Very profound.
Way. So I guess some of those are people laughing at him. Some of them are ones he's bought.
Bought? Is that a claim that I've bought subscribers? Did he just make a claim I bought subscribers? You do know I had exactly the same argument from Ranty a while back. He doesn't understand how I got 300 subscribers in a week. It's very easy. You just do your content. You do you. You be honest and you grind.
Well, some YouTubers get 100,000 in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't understand what my subscriber count has got to do with anything.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's just something to dig up.
Yeah. So it really shows he doesn't actually have anything, and maybe he's just jealous because I got more than double his subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they all Flurf channels seem to buy something.
Yeah, I buy food to eat. Does that count? Or I buy food for my children and my wife. Does that count? Or we buy petrol to drive around. Or how about petrol for the generator that you guys so kindly helped me buy? Or how about the computer I bought that you guys so kindly donated the funds for? Thank you once again for everybody, for everything. Oh, and how about the mic and the camera and the lights, which you guys funded me for?
You know what I mean?
So yes, we do buy things. That's how life works. If you don't buy things, where would you be? Tell me again how that computer you're using now, did you buy it? Or that shirt that you got, or the food you ate? Did you buy the food you ate? I would hope so. Otherwise you'd be a thief if you didn't pay for it.
Flat Sabbath says, flats, pay me my flat rate.
A flat rate. Thank you, Flat Sabbath, for your support, mate. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I have to say that. Yeah, please push that like buttons, guys. Let's get it up. Can you believe 69 people watching? That's insane. It's very good to see the people in here. Thank you again.
At least some. And the others are genuine idiots. I mean, like that well, we'll see him later on. I'll mention him later. But there's one guy who, at the start of my stream with Flatsoid, said, "You banned me." I'm saying,
yeah, Michael Kahn, you did ban him. I was literally in the chat and I couldn't see his comments popping up. And PJ, you've banned PJ as well.
Oh, he's banned me.
Remember when you and Michael was trying to comment before the stream and you couldn't get any comments through?
That's right, yeah. We got banned for the first few. I don't know if it was for the first hour. I don't know if we're still banned or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I literally remember watching the comments and we couldn't see your comments come up. And
Yes,
just
right.
because you doesn't know about you doesn't mean his moderators don't know about you guys. Yeah.
"How are you telling me that you've banned me if you've been banned? I don't understand what you're talking about. I had never even seen him before, ever." So it was really...
And that's also a lie, because Hugh has been watching my content for a while. So he obviously knows who Michael and PJ is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So also been showing lying, guys. Look how confused he looks. What is he confused about?
Yeah, the eyebrows are down and everything.
What's so confusing? I don't know what's so confusing.
Weird.
Is
Because
Flatswick from New Zealand?
Do I sound like I come from New Zealand?
You
Yeah.
sound like you do. You sound like you do the haka every day.
This is a very, very New Zealand type of accent I've got.
no, he's South African.
Why do they always say South African like they're trying to make fun of South Africa? Mr. Sensible says exactly the same thing. South African. Hugh Jarz. Just like you are from Australia, not Australia, or whatever you like to say, Australia. It's Australia. Planarwalk is from New Zealand. Not saying it weird like New Zealand or New Zealand or whatever. It's New Zealand. It's not like you're having some kind of panic attack when you say South Africa. It's just South Africa.
Okay.
What made you say that?
Because he's talking about shearing sheep there.
What?
Shearing sheeps.
Where? Sorry guys, tonight's stream and tomorrow's is sitting with a huge migraine. Blessings. Sharing is caring, guys. Yeah, shearing is caring. I wasn't sharing stream. It was having fun with words. You know, it's like trying to get people to laugh at a statement. You know, you should try it sometime. Maybe that's why I maybe got so much subscribers. Because I actually have fun with words.
Oh yes, shearing is caring. Yes.
Yeah.
Even though it's got sharing spelled correctly in.
Yeah. It was having fun with words, you guys. But maybe you're just too dumb to understand that. Does it sound more fun if I say shearing or sharing?
Yeah, I get it.
It's a play on words. That's what it means.
Some people's skin ain't that thick, is it?
Yes, Andy, all the blicks. Ay.
The title, he still got it wrong, but I guess he just couldn't be bothered changing. That's fine. You know, people make typos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't one of them.
Into something, I'm not sure that's relevant. I'm not going to do something that's an hour long. I thought this was an interesting photo.
It's beautiful, don't you think? It's a high altitude balloon photo. Quite nice. I love how the sun's showing divergent rays. If you're watching this Media Dawn, tell me again how the sun is not perspective and yet it's got divergent perspective rays. That's parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I've never seen parallels make a triangle before, you know.
Yeah, but that's the thing that they don't understand how perspective works, like railway tracks. It's not diverging towards you, it's converging from you. That where you're standing is the actual width of the railway tracks. Due to perspective, it's converging into the distance, not diverging to us. You understand that? Now with this, it's actual divergent rays, not parallel. Parallel does not look divergent. It's two different things.
I presume he's putting this to say, look, it's flat. Well, I took that picture and I put it in.
You know, there is actually a language OCD sickness. There's actually a name for it. Yeah, I used to actually bring it up a lot, but I forgot what the word is. But there's an OCD sickness specifically for worrying about grammar. Let me quickly check if we can find it. GPS, there we go. Grammar predatory syndrome, GPS. Extremely annoyed by grammatical mistakes and feel the urge to correct each other, every one of them. And many of the globers suffer from GPS, guys. Many of them. Because why? They don't have an actual argument other than trying to correct people's spelling or math. So they have GPS.
MS Paint. And then I thought, let's do a horizontal compression. Oh, hang on.
Compression?
Aspect ratio off.
Okay.
Let's see if I can zoom in on that.
Wow.
But I reckon.
I heard a joke, a dad joke today. The guy says, "I used to work at the Pepsi plant. They fired me today." No, sorry. I used to work at the Pepsi plant, but I left. It was so depressing. Okay. I thought my PJ's in. Obviously not.
I'm sorry, I was busy reading. You just told me. I was reading, sorry. Sorry, I was engrossed in reading what was in the chat there.
No, the chat can keep a person busy. That's for sure.
It seems darker here, and then it's like.
Exactly, Flats. I went crickets. I was like, ooh.
I thought it went quiet for a second, and then I realised you were telling a joke, and I just didn't laugh.
Yeah, Tony Whitcomb. I used to have a phobia of fences, but I eventually got over it. That's a good one. Flirting when you said tick. Yep. But how about the other one? It's like, I got fired at my work at the bank today. The woman came and asked me to show her a balance, so I pushed her. Yeah. I don't know how the people come up with these jokes.
Like a curve here.
Curve.
I can't see a screen.
Oh, no, I am sharing.
Oh,
I
you
can
should.
see your screen, but like I can't see the image paint thing.
Faciality, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. It really is help. Planner will walk on the red carpet to promote his sequel, Mrs. Doubtfire 2. Oh, yeah, thank you very much for your $5 super chat, Faciality. Really appreciate it. Yeah, unfortunately, they will try and defend their views because they are lovers of self. And that's exactly what the Bible says will happen in the end days. They will rather be lovers of self and sin than be lovers of God. And unfortunately, that's what they do. They're going to defend their own sin because they're lovers of sin instead of God. I don't trust staircases. They're always up to something. Yeah, man. That's a good one.
Sorry, I've realised I haven't shared the screen. I've shared the window. I'll see if I can.
Easy
redo
mistake to
that.
make.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you want to say there's something wrong with me if I get pushed on the spot and say things like 3,500 and then I correct myself and yeah. But you don't know how to share a screen. But I'm the dumb one. Wow.
Sort of said StreamYard is a bit difficult.
StreamYard is difficult. Obviously you've never been in OBS before, mate. Yeah.
Let's try that. Yeah.
The beloved compressed the image to show a curve.
Oh, yeah.
This has been debunked so many times. You can take a granite top and take a photo. You can take a straight line on a paper and take a photo. You know why it causes that? I'll give you a clue. It's the lens. Yeah.
So hang on. Right, so he's got this. I presume he's trying to say this is a flat horizon.
It's a beautiful photo of a high altitude balloon flying level and stationary. Guess what? No spinny earth, no curved earth. And you see that slight little tinge of curve, you think? It's because of perspective. I've explained it many times. It's optical, not physical.
So if I resize that aspect ratio off,
Yes, Derek, barrel
10%.
distortion. Look at that. I mean, really.
that seems dark. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. It seems dark there and dark there than it is over here.
Yeah. Light dispersion. Remember, like I explained the other night, when you have your field of view radius to the circumference. So if you have a radius in front of you, it's the same radius to your left or right, but it forms a what? A circle. So what happens when you look at a circle far away? You see an apparent curve. It's not an actual curve, it's optical.
Sort of implies a curve, although this looks...
Exactly, Nathan. 2014 argument back. I mean, this was debunked like in 2 minutes flat.
Yeah.
But this is what they keep bringing up. Do you know what the source of this photo was? To tell you, be honest, I don't know. I have so much of these, Rocket Man. But one guy that really has awesome high altitude photos, Dwayne Killam. If you want to go look him up, really got some awesome stuff.
Pretty flat, as if... So why would this be like that if that's straight? That's a bit strange, isn't it?
I know, because lens.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like there might be some kind of trickery going on there with how some people will try to correct for fisheye, potentially.
Well, actually, what I'm...
Who? What? Try to correct for fisheye? What? No, it's simply just lens distortion and field of view limits. Remember, you have things like diffraction limits, and the further you see, the more you're going to have smooshing of that diffraction limit, as you can put it. Like Lemon Bird used to say, smooshing. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, because that sort of dome effect, as you can see there, because it's darker here, light...
Dome effect? Is he conceding a dome now, guys? Wow. That was unexpected. What's the poll saying? 89 votes. Globies can't handle the flatoid. Definitely not. Yes, they can. They cannot. 31%. No, they cannot. 69%. So yeah. Thank you all again for coming. You guys rock. We have at least another maybe 13 minutes, and then I'm going to have to say bye because the power. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow night and Monday though, because the power is going off from 9 till 1.
Wow.
Yeah, and the petrol price went up again.
It's just ridiculous.
So I'm definitely not going to be able to afford petrol this week. It's been quite a hectic week. So I might have to do a earlier streams then tomorrow and Monday. You know, like a 7 till 9 o'clock kind of thing. So do stay tuned, guys, if tomorrow's stream is going to be earlier. Sorry about that. I really can't help it.
Here, then dark again, which is why there's... because it's been compressed, it was a curve, and then this has been added in from the looks of it, because otherwise why wouldn't you adjust that as well?
Okay, let's go on to the next
and
argument.
Of course, Mr. Sensible's Mage 2 video makes that very clear.
Mr. Sensible's 2 Mage video was shown to prove a flat earth, and literally made my point when he put those strings across the screen. I think QNFI also did one recently showing the same thing. So yeah. Hey Vainon, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Embrace for a collapse. I agree. And the problem is it's going to be a global collapse, not just everywhere else. Because they are pushing for this collapse anyway. It's Agenda 2030, mate.
Where the horizon is, so. And that there's a curve there. And a match prediction. So, you know, it's
Hey,
it's
Globus
pretty much
and, good to see
conclusive
you, mate.
Evidence, whereas this could well be a doctored picture. Although I must say, this is probably one of the better efforts. Like I said, they didn't.
Okay, can we get on to the next
Because
argument? You guys are dumb to understand
It's
compression
big.
changes it.
People can go places. So let's just look through the derp for a bit, and we'll get down to my video.
Okay,
in a
what
sec.
derp, okay.
So system of lies. There's so much conspiracy nutters.
System of Lies. This was my actual video. It's about dopamine. So there's no conspiracy here. It's about dopamine. Is dopamine a lie now? Hugh Jarz? If you know that says there Flatsoid's perspective, that means it's my video. 9 months ago, so I was just looking back at it and I thought people would want to see it. By the way, I want to do more of these kind of documentary videos. It just takes a lot of time, that's all. And that one was done fully on my phone before I had the computer.
Stuff on here. I'm not even going to bother with the scuba divers things, the International Space Station.
Yeah, because they show scuba divers in space. So of course you won't show them. So tell me again, how's it shown derp yet? By saying my video of dopamine is conspiracy. Scuba divers in space is now fake because he doesn't want to see it. And that's derp, okay?
I'm pretty sure I know that that's not true.
Have you watched it? There's literally video evidence of scuba tanks and scuba divers swimming in space. You see it with your own eyes. So, no, it's definitely true. Just because you ignore it doesn't make it fake.
What my oldie showing the sun doesn't go below the earth. I haven't looked at this one. I think this is where he does the sliding inaccurately along the wall.
No. That's called child's play. This is Sunray. Sunray. Lost audio. Matthew, no. Is the audio still working? Hello. Shows you how OBS is still working perfect. Can PJ?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, it is working. Okay, short.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Let's see if we can. I don't really want to give him the view, but let's have.
You don't want to give me the view, Hugh? Wow, one view is going to be so terrible. Sorry, one view doesn't do bullshit. To be honest. And frankly, I don't care if you give me a view or not, Hugh, because you're literally lying and misrepresenting everything about me to your followers. Not that you have much, by the way. That's maybe why you're jealous of my subscribers. But, yeah.
Have a look. Make sure there's no sound.
Why not? It's copyright-free music. I'm not like you guys on the Globe side that loves using music that needs to be copyrighted. Because I actually think about people who want to use my content. And the music actually suited this quite well. It was so dramatic. Now he took all the dramaticness away. How dare you?
Well, he's probably going to explain it. Let's go there. So
Oh, there's this sun with a parallel rays.
Parallel, I guess. He usually has videos without any commentary, so he does his lives with speaking. but-
Maybe this is maybe it's because it's from a year ago. Maybe he was a bit more like dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the production values, but that's sort of an easy way to cover up the fact that you're talking bullshit. So.
Is that an argument to give? The production value is good, so therefore you're talking bullshit. Wow. And check there, guys. He's literally got me on screen. He actually has things about me on screen. So it shows he does watch my content or watch other people about my content too. So he does keep up to date. Then he would know I do videos and I talk on them. Really odd.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than a lot of other flat earthers, to be honest. A lot of other flat earthers, they'll use...
portrait view, though.
Make that.
You think he'd know how to hold his phone so he doesn't get a portrait view?
I was thinking of just having this as a few shorts, Hugh, and then I decided, no, let me make a video on it. So that's why it's in landscape, portrait mode. I mean, that is portrait, by the way, Hugh. That's not landscape.
You'd think.
Let's listen. I'm sure he did say he doesn't know how to use landscape, portrait, correct? Because that is portrait.
They'll use...
portrait view, though.
Make that.
Yeah,
You
that's...
think he'd know how to hold his phone so he doesn't get a portrait view?
Oh, doesn't it? Yes, I just could have turned it and I got landscape. Yeah.
I mean, he's an artist by trade, so you'd expect his stuff to be arty, and that's a good skill.
And if you know when this was released over a year ago, this was the times I usually did it like this, and I have writing to explain it on the sides. It was usually how I did my branding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have that skill.
Yeah. I mean...
Hey, Cosmic Guru, thank you for coming, mate. Yeah, Dwayne Killam is a local. That's cool.
Yeah, when it comes to... Well, I can respect people having their own thing. Like, he said that he does spray painting or something.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I can respect that. Some people will try to, you know, basically throw shade on flat earthers no matter what, but,
Yeah.
you know, I can respect flat earth. In fact, I'd rather that a flat earther have something else that they can do, especially seeing as... It feels like it might make it a little bit easier to get out of the flat earth rabbit hole if you've got like a hobby or something that you can do outside of flat earth.
Yeah, what he just said doesn't really make sense. But anyway, guys, I have to unfortunately end the stream here. The power's gonna go off now. Let's see if it's going to show me. Oh, no, it's still not showing me. It was showing me about an old me. So yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you all for coming. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for all the support, the likes, the shares. Please do share. It's caring. Sharing is caring, guys. Let's pray for all the people that have GPS, because they do have a problem. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what time, because it all depends now with the load shedding schedule. But I really appreciate you all being here. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, earlier or much later. Whichever one it is, I'll let you guys know. So thanks all for coming. You guys are awesome. Many, many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.